Oh, I'd like to call the meeting to order. It's 5 o'clock. What do we have for additions?
So we have Friends of Coburn Pond update.
That's an addition?
Yep.
Okay. Review of minutes, December 16th. There before you.
I move to approve the minutes of December 16th as submitted.
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Exemplary job
Yeah.
as usual, Rosie.
Thank you.
I didn't have any.
You don't have anything?
I read through and closely. So
Carl, you don't have anything?
No.
Are you feeling okay?
I think this is the first meeting I've been present at.
Yeah.
motion to adjourn. Oh, no, we got after you.
Oh, all right. So
Maybe a quick one.
no further discussion on the minutes?
Thank you, Rosie. I think
Yeah.
she deserves a round of applause, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Rhoda. Yes. All right.
No.
It's
no
nice and
comments
detailed
on
enough.
these. Incredible.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes appear to have it, they do have it. Minutes are passed. Public comment. Is that what we're doing Coburn Pond under? Public comment? What are
No,
we
that's
doing?
a separate item.
Okay, separate item.
Yeah.
Anybody else from the public here? You? Okay, you public?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hi,
Hi, Nick.
hi, I'm Nick Becker
Yeah.
and I live up the hill. I just moved here a couple months ago. And I love coming down the hill and walking around and going to the different stores and stuff like that. And I also love running a lot. But what I would like to see, and I got the survey from the planning commission that addresses some of this. But what I would like to see is if we could maybe put in a sidewalk that would go from down here all the way up to the the elementary school. And I think it would.
to the elementary school.
Yeah,
Wow, okay.
I think that it would be great because I think it would give like kids a safe way to get to school, to stretch their legs and, walk up there. Or, with parents, and also the road is kind of busy and narrow. And there's been a couple of times where I was either walking my dogs or running along there and cars, typically it's not too busy. But it's busy enough that I think that in certain times of the day, I had one occasion where I was walking my dog and like there was a car coming in one direction and a car coming in the other direction, and neither of them wanted to kind of slow down for me. And I felt a little nervous, a little scared on the road. They just kind of went past each other without any concern for me. So I just thought maybe I'd bring that up.
Okay,
That's all.
thank you.
Some background, Nick and I are part of Central Vermont Runners, and we have winter group runs on Saturday mornings at different spots. We started out in the park and ride this past Saturday, finished up over at Fox Market afterwards, and I think everybody who did the run started up going out Quaker Hill Road. So it's a place that you can say if they build it, if you build it, they will come. They're already coming for that sort of thing. And if we build something like that, then maybe more people would come, or people in the village.
For the sidewalks we have now, that were put in a few years ago, did we get grant money for that?
Yeah. Yeah,
So I mean,
Part of the road project.
yeah,
so I imagine that.
it was expensive.
Right.
Yeah, I love the sidewalks that we have now.
I know, I do have a little argument, pushback against sidewalks. They're not getting maintained like they should, so I'm on Guthrie about that. I've driven down through here a few times and the sidewalks have not been cleared at all. So I'm in discussion with the road foreman, trying to get that done in more time.
been more this year than there.
Oh, it's been terrible. So
I mean,
I've discussed it at least 3 times.
But
Is it-
I've told Nick that the Resilient Roads Committee had been in here talking to us about a sidewalk, bikeway up.
Of course.
Sure.
Right. Okay, well,
I mean, I guess it's feasible to look into some sort of grant money potentially, because obviously it could cost.
Oh, yeah.
Building a garage, we're
Yeah.
not looking to take on
yeah,
Yeah, sure.
another building.
yeah, you have to add to the shoulder. That's
Yep.
expensive,
Of
you have to
course.
get right
But
away.
It's something we,
Easements from every landowner along there.
okay, this is something we
If you
can,
get out of the right of way,
If you get out of the right of way,
potentially look
which is
into,
not-
if grant money is available.
could happen depending on the road, where it is, but.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Thank you.
I know it'd be a long project, but,
Right.
and, you know, a lot of considerations, but.
Yep.
You know, I would be happy to talk to everybody on the road up to the, you know,
Right.
school and.
Sure,
Okay,
we'll look into maybe some grant money potentially.
sure.
Sounds like a
Um,
future select board member.
There you go.
Exactly.
Okay, so the next,
And welcome to East Montpelier.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Great to have some beloved.
now, since we do have people here from the Coburn Pond, do you want to do that now?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's do it.
I will be as succinct as I can be. This
Okay.
is precipitated because ongoingly, going back to April, I think it was, it came to our attention that V-Trans that owns Coburn Pond wants the town to take over the deed.
It's a possibility. That's
They
as
definitely
far as
want,
I got.
they definitely want the town to take the deed. What the town chooses to do, it's up to the town. However, so stimulated by that and a lot of conversations we've had or tried to have with the Agency of Transportation, also known as V-Trans. If you okay, I'm gonna just move down here, is that all right?
Fine, yeah.
So. I think you have a couple of emails that I've been back and forth with Jen about. One that has an attachment printed out, when I printed it out this morning. For people who weren't on the select board at the time, back in 2005. V-Trans came to the town and proposed a wetland mitigation project to compensate for 4 highway segments that stretch from, they called it Cabot Danville, they're just finishing it up now, but it had 4 highway segments that went through Marshfield, Cabot, Danville, and I'm missing a town, it doesn't matter. And unfortunately, the permit was approved by the town and went to Act 250, and I became a party. And as soon as I became a party, a whole group of people that had been opposing the upgrade of Highway Segment 1, which goes across the Marshfield Reservoir or Molly's Falls Pond, wrapped around me, created a citizens association. And so for 4 years, with a lot of help, the permit was denied because we documented generations of existing use in the swimming hole. So you have a colored document like this. This is a larger version. It's a 6-acre swimming hole. It has about 6 to 7 acres on the north end here, which is a meadow that abuts Ross Hazel's property. So he's a party, was a party. And the select board and the planning commission are statutory parties and signed off on every legal motion that was made to protect the swimming hole as a swimming hole. And at that time, it was mentioned 24 times that we found in the town plan. So there are lots of reasons why it shouldn't have been filled in. So instead of appealing, we had some support at that time from the Vermont Natural Resources Council attorney. And we appealed to the environmental court judge who suggested, rather than going through an appeal, that we mediate. And so we mediated, and we came out of that with an amended permit that allowed V-Trans to construct wetlands to mitigate only for Highway Segment 1, which of course, they had a slew of people who had very good reasons why that shouldn't have been built. So this was their fast track to just move ahead on the most contentious highway segment. So let me be in order. Let me try to be orderly, because that'll make it quicker. So. The state at that time has agency over wetlands. And the Army Corps of Engineer has federal jurisdiction over wetlands and wetland compensation. So very complicated project. Lots of data. So, and lots of details. So to keep it simple, when V-Trans came to the town, it brought it to our attention that they want to transfer the property. And it brought it to our attention that they never completed the requirements of both the Army Corps of Engineers permit and the Act 250 permit, which is to say they needed to record the Act 250 permit as originally filed, the Act 250 settlement, which became the permit, which refers to the original, that's why they both needed to be filed, the original Army Corps of Engineers permit, and then there was an amendment that V-Trans asked for and received, which was an amendment to Condition 10. Condition 10 defines that they need a deed restriction on the compensation wetland. I won't go into the details. I'm just giving you the basics. You can find more details. All of the documents should be in your packet attached. So after some number of months, and a lot of back and forth with me and the current person at V-Trans, so nobody is at V-Trans who was involved with the case, and there's nobody left at the Corps of Engineers that's involved in the case, not the engineers, not the attorneys, not the program coordinators, zip. So no historic memory in those two organizations. So we've been trying to get, and I've had a lot of communication, thank you so much to the town staff, has been amazing. Trying to help them to understand what documents finally came in, I think in October, which were incomplete. So now I'm going to show you a few documents and tell you why we're going to the trouble to have this conversation with you, because we would like to support V-Trans in their goal to have the town own the properties. We'd like to support that. So this is the map of the property, the town map that identifies, I think it's 76 acres. I'm not going to be good reading on the fly because I don't see that well, but even with my glasses, but you can generally see here it is the plat map, sorry. And you can see the Winooski River divides it. And if you want to compare it with this map, so this map it was colored in by our engineers to use to make it easy to understand. So you didn't have to read all the stations and you didn't have to read all the details on this original map and the construction design and the engineering conventions. But if you look at this whole 76-acre property, it's divided by the Winooski River, and the entire property is preserved by Act 250. Act 250 has jurisdiction in perpetuity of the entire property. This section is protected woodlands, deer yard, ecological. It's just very rich in wildlife. And this 6-acre swimming hole has a lot of both human activity, but also a lot of ecological features. I'll just put it that way. Wide range of fish, turtles, birds, it's a migratory path, etc., and so forth. Here's the entrance right off of Coburn Road. And this section was filled in as meadow when they compensated, when they did their wetland mitigation and created a buffer. They leveled this all out and made it into smooth. It was part of the Act 250 settlement that it would be at a particular grade so that the property owner maintained his view shed. This was submitted and recorded the same day as the final Act 250 permit amendment was issued in December of 2010. The final Act 250 permit amendment was recorded in the town records on December 3rd, 2024. These annotations I put in. And this is the site map before there was any construction work on the mitigation wetlands. Nothing had started. This was the original property plat. So that's really important, and it's really important to note that it's all perpetually under Act 250 jurisdiction. There was, as I said, an amended permit for the Corps of Engineers, which I have, March, and I think you have, I think it's March 1st, 2011. It has not been submitted to be recorded. It's very important for that document because it revises condition 10, of the Corps of Engineers agreement. I'm going to be very general and I'll answer questions so I don't have to go through documents. It defines the area that the Army Corps of Engineers has jurisdiction over as the compensation wetland or the mitigation site. And why would you want, do you all have copies of these?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Then I'll hang on to that. So if you look at it, after the settlement agreement, condition 10 talks about the compensation wetlands, which is this green area right here. I don't know the station number. It's irrelevant. You can see.
Can I ask one quick question?
Sure.
I read through the document. What do you, I'm confused, because this is kind of new. What are you asking for? Or what are you?
I think she's getting to,
Let me just
she's
walk,
getting to
Okay.
it.
let me walk
Okay.
through it.
Okay.
Yeah, we just can't
Yeah.
spend an hour on it.
We
because
won't.
We got a lot of other things to do. We weren't counting on spending this much
Understand.
time on it.
Understand. I'm sorry.
But anyway.
Can you finish your thought, please?
What's up?
Can you finish your thought, please,
Sure.
about the green area and the?
So yeah, so this area was used as the primary compensation wetland. This yellow area is called wetland buffer. This area, it's marked by a solid line right there, and it does not include the shoreline of the pond, which is protected, and it does not include the pond, which is colored in blue. The Army Corps of Engineers should only have jurisdiction over the area that is colored yellow and green and the surrounding property. We're not gonna mince about the detail of it. That from this bold line that doesn't include the shoreline or the pond, that's where the Corps of Engineers should have jurisdiction for their deed restriction. It's about the deed restriction, which is defined in the amended condition 10
Okay.
of the Corps of Engineers permit. I know it gets complicated and it's hard to spit it out.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out how this is gonna affect anything in the long run.
I will tell you
Okay,
as best as I can. Can't promise anything, but I'll tell you what I think. So, Corps of Engineers, you probably know, federal agency, tremendous bureaucracy, difficult communication. In the absence of the amended condition 10, which is the ruling document, the amended document, and then V-Trans submitted a deed restriction, which I think you have as one of the documents, which really doesn't allow you to move a thing. Now, the other part is, this is a flood area. It flooded twice in 2011. It's flooded 3 or 4 times in the last 2 years. And particularly in 2023 and a little bit in 2024. It brings stuff in that is not appropriate to be in a recreation area. And some of it is human trash. And some of it appears to be natural. And if this entire site, as submitted, the current deed restriction is currently on this entire property. And if that were the case, it would challenge future use, immediate future use of the site as a safe recreation area. And it's a 4-season recreation area.
It is right now,
It is right now.
but you're
And-
saying that can be challenged.
It will be challenged
By who?
by the deed restriction. If you read the deed restriction, it's very restrictive.
Okay,
It is appropriate for constructed wetlands and
Yeah.
even for the buffer area, will yield buffer area. But it's not appropriate for a recreation area, which is a pond and all of the space around the pond and the fishing, et cetera, and so forth. And especially because it floods. People have to be able to go in there. I mean, we had last year, 2023, we had our neighbor from Foxfire brought out their great big wood chipper with a winch. And we're pulling big stuff off that was blocking along the road. It's like, you have to be able to do that, given what the future probably looks like. So that's the problem. The solution, and I think we got some good news today, just after I spoke with Jen. I got a call from someone who's been talking with V-Trans for me, a legislator. The solution is to, number one, make sure V-Trans submits the March 1st, 2011 amended permit from the Corps of Engineers. That needs to be submitted and reported. The current deed restriction needs to be withdrawn and rewritten to show that the deed restriction only applies to this part of the property. That's the story in as much of a nutshell as I can give you. We have been concerned because there has not been good communication with the person at V-Trans all the way back through April, but we're getting a different message from a different person at V-Trans that they really want to work with us now. They really want the town to have the permit. Whether or not the town decides to own it, this needs to be done. And we have been concerned that legal action, if you read the emails, we've been concerned that since they're not communicating with us, we'll have to take them to court and file actions, blah, blah, blah. The message I got from the legislator today is that they want to work with us, they want to talk with us, they want to take the appropriate steps. So we're hopeful. I have a more hopeful report now than I did when I talked with Jen. And the reason we wanted to make this presentation before we heard the hopeful news is that the town are statutory parties to anything pertinent to Act 250. And because Act 250 has full oversight, it also should have oversight over the deed restriction. And even if the deed restriction only applies to the constructed wetlands and the buffer, the town will still have to ask if you want to, or if the Friends of Coburn Pond, whoever's managing the property, would still need to ask Act 250, can we move the boulders into the property so we can park 20 cars behind the hill where Ross still can't see it? Can't be in his view shed is protected. But there are little things we can do that doesn't change the nature of this naturalizing recreation area that will make it safer and more accommodating to human needs. And so that's the whole story. Act 250 will always have that jurisdiction. I think they'll be flexible should the town decide, yep, we should finally own it because it serves our citizens, it's in our town plan, et cetera, and so forth. It's my understanding that I disagree with all the mainstream media narrative that Act 250 is oppressive and expensive. I feel like there's a process. If you know the process, you present it, you make your request, and anything reasonable that doesn't change the protected ecological features of the pond for wildlife, like putting up an information board, like putting out a few picnic tables, or, you know, minor accommodations would be acceptable.
So what you're recommending right now, because we're getting
I'm
behind this,
recommending right now that if,
we're not planning to take it over right now.
no, and I'm not asking you to, because there's still work to
Perfect.
be done.
Okay, we're good.
Right. The reason why I came now
Okay,
was because I said I was going to right before I got a more positive report.
okay,
If we need to go to court to adjudicate, we would want the town to sign off on the legal documents like you have done all along throughout the Act 250
Right.
process.
Yeah.
We are really hoping we don't have to do that.
okay, so in the future,
In the
for Coburn
future,
Pond, we will get it as a regular agenda item.
yes,
For we're half an hour behind in our meeting, and there's
I
other
know.
people that would like to get their
yes.
agenda
I
items taken
apologize
care
for
of.
that. It was in an email. And
Okay, that's okay, but right now, we're not
Okay.
doing anything about taking over Coburn Pond, is that correct, select board
Yes,
members?
we're not
Yes.
asking you to.
Right, perfect,
Just
okay,
presenting information.
thank you for the information.
And I appreciate you going through the complexity
Right.
of that, because it's a lot of information and work that we don't have to do
Let me
now.
ask a
That
quick
is
question.
important to the town.
Okay, wait, Tom's got a question.
Why is having the deed restriction from the Corps of Engineers a problem? I worked with the Corps of Engineers when we used to do Act 250 work, found it very reasonable to deal with. I'm not sure what.
Did you read the deed restriction?
I have not read this one.
If you read that deed restriction, it'll be self-explanatory and I don't have to take up time of your meeting.
Okay,
It is so restrictive, it's not appropriate for a recreation area. It is appropriate for a protected ecological wetland remediation project or a mitigation project.
okay, we will wait with bated breath for the next report, but we will try to get it on as a regular agenda item.
Yeah.
So we don't hold everybody else up.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so. The next item is review town meeting warning and Tuesday for informational meeting. Okay. When is the town meeting? March 4th?
Our meeting is Tuesday, March 4th.
Informational meeting,
Informational meeting. The law has changed regarding when we can have the informational meeting.
okay,
I would like to propose, since the select
Thank
board
you.
wants to mail ballots out,
thank you.
that the select board consider having their informational meeting before their regular meeting on Monday, February 17th.
Oh.
Ballots go out on the 12th. They will start coming in right away. So if you
Right.
want to have your budget meeting so that people know what they're voting on while they have their stuff in hand,
Yeah,
rather than
yeah,
having them voting and then having a meeting.
oh, yeah,
The other issue that's come up in the past 2 years is that the school district's annual meeting overlaps with the
Yeah.
select boards.
Yeah.
right,
And there's been at least one constituent who's very upset about that.
right,
So I
Right.
did send an email to the school asking if they would consider changing their date, but I've not heard anything back.
is there a date the 17th?
Their date is the night before, so their date is March 3rd,
Oh,
so far that I know.
right, because we have a
So-
select board meeting.
So I was thinking that in order to save time and to get the information out to more people while they have their ballots in hand,
Yes,
February 17th might be a better time.
now, so they changed the law because it had to be
Yeah,
within
it
a
can be
week. or
within 30 days of town meeting.
Oh, nice,
And
Great.
they did that specifically because people are starting to mail ballots out.
oh, that's a good idea, right,
That's a great idea.
I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rose.
So that's one of the major changes that I put on your draft warning. If that works for you, that's when I'll put your informational,
Works for me.
okay?
I'll try to be here.
This is usually the point where we just give you the warning sort of as an informational piece. I'm still waiting on information. We obviously need to approve the budget before we put the budget number in. And I need to double check the numbers for our CT. Yes,
Rosie, would we have the meeting at the firehouse, just in case we get 10 or
What
20
meeting?
people? The
oh,
informational
the
meeting.
informational meeting?
I don't know, would you?
We can have it here and by Zoom. Generally, that's enough.
That's plenty.
We rarely get a lot of,
We don't get more
There
than
was more than.
5 people.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
but no, I mean,
Fine.
Well, it's a little less that goes to town meeting, but not much.
I think there's another.
yeah,
Okay.
two,
We
well,
have
I
to
don't
have a
know.
meeting here.
Yeah, that's an idea. No lunches.
Oh, okay.
So-
On Monday nights.
Oh, you said there's a fire meeting then.
On the 17th?
Yeah, there's a school, they're having a firefighter one class. Typically meets on Monday.
Okay, so then you have it here. You're not
Yeah, but we'll be
gonna,
fine here.
you're not gonna have it at the elementary school, so that's,
I mean, if it was packed with people, I'd be thrilled.
okay, I just bring that, yeah,
Yeah. But we have the Zoom capabilities and some people to Zoom in, so.
hopefully. Okay,
Yeah.
great, thank you, Rosie.
Yeah.
So
All
this is indeed just a draft, but it's pretty close to finished.
The
We
warning?
just-
Is it
The warning.
Yeah,
As I mentioned, I need to double check the RCT, rural community transportation numbers, the breakdown for that, because I'm not sure that what we had last year was, well, I know I need to change mine.
yeah.
But I would appreciate you reviewing it because my anticipation is that you will be approving it at your next meeting on the 20th along with the
Okay.
budget.
Yeah,
And if you have any changes that you see or any questions
Yeah.
about it, please contact me.
okay. I'll bring
Thank
it
you.
home. All right, bring that home with us. Okay, so we're good with that? Rosie?
Yeah, I mean, if you're good, I'm good.
We're great with that.
We're great with that.
We're great with that.
Yes,
And just to be sure, I have double checked, actually triple checked all of the articles that are to be voted by Australian ballot.
yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
So that does not ever happen.
right. A little bit of a mess up we had.
Won't ever
Okay.
happen again, though.
I'm sure it would.
Not while I'm here anyway. All I had to do was
You
mess it
sound
up.
determined, Rosie.
Well, I messed it up. We fixed it. It won't happen again.
I'm team
Things
Rosie.
happen.
I'm team Rosie, I knew it.
Okay, so can we go to the next item, Rosie? You good?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
The next item is a point, we don't have any numbers for our items here. Is this a new thing? We usually have A, B, C, don't we? No? No,
No, it's just the time.
I'm feeling lost. Okay, appoint ethics
You have a
liaison.
hand up over here.
Liaison. Oh, we have somebody, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Michael Dwayne.
Oh, Michael Dwayne, yeah.
How are you?
Oh, great.
Can we go back to a public comment?
No.
Come
Oh,
on.
not going back to public comment. What are you kidding me? It's supposed to take a couple of minutes, not an hour.
Well,
I vote to go back to public meeting.
Oh, my
To public
God.
comment.
Okay.
I unsecond.
go
Thank
for it.
you.
Thanks.
Public comment. And you know what? You only have a minute.
The reason I'm late, I'm sorry, is that I thought the meeting was either at 6:30 or 7.
Yeah, it should be, but one of our members, yeah.
Don't take his minute.
And it's making, to make a point,
Yes,
I wanted to say
okay,
that I was looking for the agenda,
yeah.
and there's no agenda posted online.
That's not
Oh.
true.
Oh, I couldn't,
It is.
Other
It's on
people,
the, on the website. Yeah.
on the town website.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I just looked on the town website over the weekend and today before I came, and there was no agenda.
I think it was posted on
It was-
Friday.
That's where I got it.
that's where I got it.
That's not where I got it.
He's Montpelier.org.
Okay, my mistake. And and I looked back and there didn't seem to be one on the website under select board.
That's
It's
not
under
where
our,
it
it's
says.
under our 6th meeting,
It's under what?
the January 6th select board meeting. On the.
That's today.
homepage.
It's on
All
today.
right, I'll,
Michael, right here.
okay, I'll check it out. Thank you. And my point, my basic point
I'm
being,
sorry.
is there any, stop. Is there any reason why the select board, the town, cannot post the agendas on Front Porch Forum like all the other towns do? And if
Thought we were
that's
deciding.
been happening, and if that's been happening, then my mistake again. But I'm just wondering why you can't do that. Middlesex, Plainfield.
Yes.
They all do it, Callis.
Yep,
And just in terms of, I hate
Yeah.
to use this word because other people use it, community engagement. I
Yeah.
think it would be helpful if
Yeah.
we would put on Front Porch Forum,
Mhm.
which is not an official posting.
Gotcha,
However, I think it would be helpful
yes,
if we as a town could do that.
that we thought was happening. That's not happening, Jim?
Yeah, so I did it and then I just failed to do it on this one, so
Oh, but you've been doing it.
a couple others and then
Couple others. It's a good.
I have to get back on track, sorry.
Yeah, well, thank you for the reminder.
Well, that's okay. And I don't want to be a complaint.
Well, that's okay, you are, but that's okay.
You know, if we can get another couple of minutes. Yeah, to enjoy the meeting soon, would be great.
Yeah, so I'm just
Okay, you're
respectfully.
reiterating a
respect-
point you've made in the past, by the way.
Oh,
Do you have anything else to say under public comment?
And I don't.
Oh. Sorry.
Now he has nothing to complain about.
I checked my online website because I went back and I didn't see any agendas posted in like December, November, October.
I don't think.
I think you're doing it wrong.
I don't never see.
I must be doing them.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, just go to the main page.
I did.
Scroll down.
I did.
Which town are you doing?
You need a update on your prescription?
I just got one like a month.
It's East Montpelier. Richard Lane.
question, and I've had the same problem that Michael has had until I figured out where it is. So when you go to the select board page, you have the historic documents to the left. And in the lower right corner, I don't know about how on a phone,
It's
I
right on the
use it on a
It's
computer.
right there.
Right on the homepage.
It's the most current select board meeting. It's a link to the agenda and any other documents. But it's not easy to find.
Yes, it is. Come here. Here's East Montpelier. Here's East Montpelier.
Yep.
The first one, and it was posted on the 3rd. It's right here. This is the, I just went right to the.
It's always on the
homepage.
homepage.
It's right on the homepage.
So that's interesting. So
That's how I always get it.
Maybe there's some glitch or something.
I know people who know more about software than I do say that depending on what, are you on a PC?
Mhm.
I'm on
Yeah.
a Mac.
I'm on a Mac. I see the same
Do you
thing.
see the same thing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it comes up slightly differently. So are you on a
Yeah, but
PC?
Carl,
or
you
Mac?
have no trouble, right?
No, I'm not
It's
sure.
on a phone.
I have the
Okay.
worst capability. of
Anyways.
All right, anyway. we'll
Once you
see.
figure out how it is, it's there and I appreciate it
Yeah,
that it's
it's the
there.
first thing. Okay,
Well, we'll do the front porch forum though.
yeah, absolutely.
It's just been a slight slip in administration. That's okay. Happens.
They have a lot to do.
It's holiday time, people, you know, they got other things on their mind.
Places to find the information.
It's a good idea.
So-
Duly noted.
Do I, okay, can we move the meeting forward?
Yeah, please.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in and alerting us to the potential problems that we're engaging in, which is no front porch forum and a website that's difficult to navigate for some people.
Only some.
Only some, but. All right, so the next item is at 5:20, which is half an hour ago. Appoint ethics liaison, possible motion. What is that?
Right, so there's two topics when it comes to ethics.
Yeah.
And I created a new webpage on the town website for
No,
ethics.
Oh.
And what has to happen is that we have to have our folks train for ethics. So there's a training requirement. And then also we need to appoint an ethics liaison. If any issue were to come up, that person would filter the issues for us.
okay. So what are we gonna do? Where's training? Who trains?
The training is online on the Vermont Ethics Commission's
Oh, okay.
website.
Do you go online to VLCT or something?
I thought they were coming up with, or have.
They have come up with an online training that takes about an hour that is on their website. The liaison would be the person who is both in touch with the Vermont Ethics Committee or Commission, I'm sorry, with any information that needs to go back and forth. And in our town's case, possibly also ensuring that everyone meets the requirements of the training within the applicable timelines. So for example, those of us who are already appointed or elected into our positions and are not up for reelection have 120 days from January 1st to finish this training. Anyone that is elected or appointed after town meeting has until September 1st.
Actually, I read it a little differently. It says on the Ethics Commission website, existing municipal officers have until September 25th, 2025 to complete the training, and every 3 months thereafter.
Okay,
We have a little bit more time.
that's not how they explained it to me, but that's okay.
That's what they wrote on their website.
Yeah,
So you have to go online and do something?
yeah, it's an online test that you start.
And there's a link
And there's a link.
to it at the page that's on our website that Jen links to.
Oh,
Kim will help you with that.
sure. Whatever.
And this is a new law that went into effect January 1st.
Oh, okay.
It's a new what?
New
New
law.
Oh,
law,
new law, yeah.
so we will have to abide by it.
Okay. So,
So we need to appoint a
What's that?
liaison. We need to appoint a liaison.
oh,
So the town clerk volunteered, or I volunteer, or whoever you would like.
either one of you is fine.
Trust us.
Who's got the time?
Nobody.
I mean, just for thinking.
Who's got more time?
Thinking conflicts of interest, what are the duties of the liaison?
Literally just for communicating back and forth with the commission.
Saying who
Yeah.
took the course or what?
Who took, well,
That would be.
first of all, the liaison would be just the person who speaks back and forth to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
commission. I volunteered to help manage the training component.
Okay,
And Jen said, well, then why don't you just be the liaison?
okay,
So the training component is just that. It's ensuring everybody gets the training done in time, you know.
yeah,
And I don't have to actually view the training. You will, when you complete the training, you will get an email that you will send to me so that I
yeah,
can
okay.
do it. And we have to have files set up, sort of like personnel.
So we go to
files.
the, wait a minute, yes,
Motion to appoint Rosie as the liaison.
Second.
As the ethics.
any further comment?
So
Yes,
Act 171, as posted at the Ethics Commission website, describes the ethics liaison in a parenthesis as an existing employee or select board member. And their function is to receive complaints and to serve as a point of contact for the Ethics Commission. So in addition to talking about training, then
Yeah,
does
I would
liaison
receive-
receive any complaints from citizens about
yeah, right.
violations of
Right.
ethics?
And should I receive a complaint about my being unethical, I
Yeah.
would refer it to Jen
Yeah, right, that's
Or
what I
to-
was thinking.
or to the
Yeah.
select board.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, to do the training, you have to go to our website, there's a link.
In the town, in the report for today's agenda.
Yeah.
The memo.
Yeah.
There is a link to.
Oh, okay.
Spot on our website, and
Yeah.
from there, there's a link to the.
Yeah, right. Right,
We have to vote.
oh, yeah. All those in favor, we already got the.
Yeah.
Okay. Comment, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Guys, good to have you to do that.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Lily.
Awesome.
I'm not thankful because.
Yeah.
Congratulations, and it's a little strong.
Just another badge.
Yeah,
Just another spreadsheet to track, that's all.
Okay, thank you. All right.
okay, so. The next one, 5:30 Historic Society 250-year anniversary celebration and declaration that we had already signed on. What are we supposed to do with that now?
If you've already signed it, then we're done.
I thought we did,
Pretty sure we
pretty sure
did.
we did,
Our name is on the sheet.
yes.
Yeah.
There's an oversight.
Can we ask somebody to check in with the Historical Society and see?
I can check in with them.
Okay, great, thank you.
I don't think it's relevant to ours, is it?
It's,
And it will, our,
It's the
it's for
state.
it's the
Federal,
state's
Right.
250th.
right,
well, I believe
not ours.
that, yes, but our town's historical society came to us with the
With that
request for us
request?
to participate.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe that we signed on to
I
our
know we
town's
did.
participation.
Yeah, yeah.
I believe-
The idea is that
receiving funds.
it's a grassroots effort.
Right.
And
Yeah.
our grassroots here for history are the historical
true,
society, so
true,
you
yeah.
got some,
Pass it off.
what are you planning?
Yeah, right,
Right.
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to get every town to sign on.
yeah,
To
Really?
be involved.
So great minds are thinking alike. Carol's
There you go.
thinking pass it off to them.
yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Okay. Let's see, the treasurer monthly financial report. That's from the treasurer, I believe is attending tonight. Congratulations for being here.
Congratulations.
She's been here quite often.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you.
Yeah, she's been here almost every meeting.
Oh,
Okay. So the financials are attached. Nothing extraordinary report. November's cash was high because we had to pay our getting that together. If you have any questions, let me know. So other updates, the painting's going on, as you can all see,
Uh-huh.
looks good. I'm working around.
how's the
this.
water doing?
It froze this morning.
Yeah, well, listen to what happened though.
Yeah.
So the painters were here this weekend and
Yeah.
the furnace went down too low. And I don't know if they shut it down or the furnace
No,
just went down.
The programming on the furnace for the weekend is different than for the week. We've
Oh, it's
already,
that like that?
yeah, so
But
we
the water
fixed
was
that
also
this
shut
morning.
off, too.
Good, because I wanted to, on cold nights.
Yeah.
You,
We've got it
temperature.
we've got it set now so
Okay.
that it's 63 degrees all the time.
perfect.
So
Now,
and then someone turned off the water though too. So we had left it like dribbling.
yeah, right.
So it wasn't working this morning, but Lucas came this morning, ran the pipe. It's all
Good.
fixed.
I'll go look at it.
Yeah, and then the water came on like what, like 11, 12?
Yes,
Oh, perfect.
close to noon time.
Okay,
So hopefully that was-
that should work. We'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Okay,
So was this, the water issue, was that entirely in the house? That had nothing to do with Crystal Springs outside?
yeah. we
No,
had
we
everything
We called
looked at.
them last time.
Believe me, I've been down here a few times,
I've heard about that.
fiddle diddling around.
Yeah,
and then
thank you.
Crystal Springs is like, we don't know if the water's coming or not, so I undid a fitting and the water
Yeah.
squirted out, so water was coming here.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
So that was easy, and then it's like, it's frozen under there because it's cold in there.
yeah,
So I went down, looked at the ductwork, and we can extend the ductwork so it blows into the crawl space.
Hmm.
It's only blowing into the cellar. It's a 6-inch pipe that's ducted into the cellar,
uh-huh,
but it needed to be extended so it went into the crawl space,
okay.
because it's cold in there.
When we,
Kind of made sense.
It's all
when we
set.
put the mini splits in, we weren't using the furnace at all.
Mhm.
So it wasn't warming up the basement enough.
The basement's okay, but the crawl space is cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it's insulated.
Mhm.
So with additional heat ducted in there
Mhm.
and turning the furnace up when it's cold should be okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So carpet, you guys had already approved us doing carpet with
Yeah.
the local vendors. That'll be coming. We've done some other stuff, looked around. One of the other things that we need to address though. The exterior door in my office. There's a report I enclosed in your packet that came from VLCT
Yeah. Mhm.
and he just kind of outlines, he comes every year, I believe, it's Larry Smith. It's not a high risk, it's priority low, I could say, but to replace that door with the handicap panic bar, escape bar. It's $3,677.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because of the bar on the door. And
Does
it's
it have a
little
fire on the door?
escape, so it has to be locked from the outside, but it needs to be able to, us just push it open and get out if there's a fire. That's what we
Oh.
want.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
but it's a low priority, so I don't know if it's something you guys want to do now, or we can push it out. I mean,
It was actually considered a high priority from the security standpoint with the walkthrough that was done by the Vermont State Police and
oh,
Homeland Security, but that's something that's,
Well, if we've got money in the town office maintenance line, though you're using that pretty quick, aren't you?
we're using some, yeah.
Why was it considered security risk? Because of the window right there?
it was considered a security risk because it's an unattended door per se that, for security purposes, we have cameras at the front door and at the back door. There's no camera on that side of the building. There's no, anybody could come in if somebody forgot to lock that door. If they had it open and forgot to lock it, they could come in that door.
All right.
So the police don't want that door to be there at all and.
Well, they're fine with us having the door there.
Insurance wants it to be a
Yeah.
different style door so we can get out more easily.
Right,
Yeah,
We definitely need a new door in general, because the door is not sealed tight, you know, you can do this with it, it's not
Yeah.
great, and
and it's an odd size.
it just needs to be. But I would just wanted a door, and then when they said, no, you have to have the panic bar,
yeah.
that's, adds more money to it, so,
Right,
A lot of money.
yeah, it is a lot of money,
yeah.
That installed,
yes. Provided that he does not.
yeah,
Because it's,
that's change the trim.
right, no other things being having
Right.
to go on, so, yeah. Yep, I attached the quote. Mhm.
Well, we can do the door, I suppose, whatever.
Okay.
If we have money in the budget,
We do,
Well, it's, we have a line in the budget in the capital expense for maintenance on the building. I don't know what's in there right now. How much?
well, I think there's like $5,000 budgeted, so there is enough money in there. I don't know how much we've spent.
Yeah, we're using painting, right?
No, we're using the ARPA, leftover
Over paint?
ARPA.
Oh,
is this the only bid? I mean, is somebody else gonna come in again cheaper?
Oh, for the door, the panel. I didn't ask anybody else, because we've been dealing with him and I didn't know how much it'd be, so when he threw it out.
the
I was
guy's
like,
pretty
"Well,
reasonable.
Yeah.
The only charge is pretty.
Didn't we look up on Home
We're
Depot
looking at
too?
Home Depot.
yeah.
You can get
I've
it
had
at
him
Home
do
Depot for
this
a
out.
normal size, you can get a door,
Okay.
a standard door size,
Pretty reasonable
but
price.
not that
Yeah.
size.
I just
Okay.
replaced doors in my house, this is within line.
Yeah, this is pretty, I mean, really.
I know, I got a new door.
That's installed.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's a yes, you guys, do we need to make a?
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so we need to make a motion,
We need a motion.
Just let
I'll make a
me-
motion to approve.
or do we need a motion?
Oh,
Maybe we don't.
It's in the budget.
Okay.
What I wrote is that there's budgeted funding, so we can.
It's fine.
Okay,
Do you want your name on the door or anything?
yes,
Something?
Wow.
I'll take care of this.
Are you going with the taped up exit sign rather than the lit one?
probably, yeah,
Yeah.
it's cheaper, so.
Yeah.
You can get one that glows in the dark. They make nice signs now. Okay, and then the wood floor, for this room, I went and got 3 quotes,
For this room here?
the floor in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Jonathan Fitch was the person you recommended, that family. But he won't even do it. I don't know if you read the quote.
Yeah.
They won't
Yeah.
do it, but it quoted us very high anyways. But the 2 other ones were almost identical,
yeah, really reasonable.
so, that's up to you guys who you want.
Where's Greg's flooring from?
Let me look.
My only question is, what are they gonna use
Barnett,
their seat around?
I don't know.
Because I didn't see anything like Fitch, he quoted what he was gonna use, how many coats. How long it was gonna take to cure.
well, this one said
There's-
sanding and coating times 3. 370, 24 square feet with flooring. Right, sanding, refinishing and cleanup, but he didn't put the product, yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Before we
Yeah,
do anything with this existing floor. What would it take to put a horizontal floor in here?
You mean a level?
Yeah,
oh, Jesus. That's a lot of work.
I figured.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to put different floor joists in or rip these out, rip out the floor. No,
And I don't know
that's
what
a
the,
big job.
I don't know what the Historical Society would say about that. We're one of only 2 schoolhouse buildings left in the state with this.
Is this a historical building?
You, oh yeah,
It's on the register?
you can do it, I did it with the Trust for Public Land Building,
Okay.
but you've got, I mean, you're talking major money. You're
Yeah.
not talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I would
you're
call
talking
this
Hundreds of.
hundreds of thousands, okay. I would call this kind of a health hazard for anybody who's sitting here for any length of time. Maybe
Yeah.
not for us
Bothers
sitting
the
here
nerves.
a couple
Yeah.
times a month. But I had in my house originally, the bowed floor. My desk was up in the second floor of the floorboard and sitting there just like this for a while. I got back problems. I thought it was a chair. I switched out the chair and no change. I realized it was I was sitting crooked.
So the moral of the story is don't sit so much.
Right?
Right, there you go.
Okay, but we're not gonna do it because it's cost pretty big.
Yeah, okay.
So do we need? a
Plus, it's a
motion?
historical,
How
well,
much is it?
I mean, it could be done.
Those guys have their desks and that's level.
Yeah, we don't wanna raise the
Okay to
tax rate.
proceed.
Or
who you want.
Yeah, and if they want to choose a
I think
contract.
there'd be public outcry against that a little bit. Some people like this land for
I think it's
Saying.
cool. All right, let's move on.
whatever. Yeah, oh, really?
Do we need a motion for the flooring or?
That's-
No, we haven't decided on the flooring.
Okay.
What do we wanna do about the flooring? Greg or whatever,
The only thing
but
I-
Tom's making a good point there.
The only thing I ask is make sure it's a quality product they're applying. And if they're,
Now, they're staying it down, I assume?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what quality products, you have a recommendation for what's in the quality product?
Well, he's gonna have to put a few coats, I mean,
Yeah,
right?
well, they said three coats.
Three coats, okay.
I go out. Okay,
Okay.
you can work with Michelle.
All right,
Yeah, who are we going with?
One of the,
not clear on,
lower price,
You'll see who will make your decision.
yeah,
Okay, okay,
I mean, the same price pretty much, so.
Yeah. Whatever you're more comfortable with.
okay,
And who can do it, when they can do it.
Exactly.
yeah, you're gonna have to do it when, no meetings, et cetera, it's gonna take a day or two.
Like a long weekend or.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than that, maybe.
It takes more than that,
Yeah.
because you're gonna have to let it dry before anybody goes on it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Quality product.
You're gonna manage it.
Okay.
Let us know,
Tax sale update, started with 4, we're down to 1, and I think they're actually gonna come in and pay it tomorrow, so we're not gonna have a tax sale is my hope.
that tax sale is the 9th,
Yep, he's coming in tomorrow.
which is Thursday,
Yeah,
okay,
one of the last ones showed up today and said he was gonna.
because we always have to put a minimum bid on tax sale.
Well, if, someone should probably be present though for that, from the board, right, if we do have a tax.
If we have the
Yeah.
tax sale,
If
somebody.
we have the tax sale, we have to establish the minimum bid,
Right.
and that's what we bid. Because that, we have to get our tax money out of it,
so we need to authorize that, don't we?
I think so.
What we're saying is,
What time of day is that scheduled?
it's
10
10
a.m.
o'clock.
Thursday.
10?
Yeah.
Thursday?
I'm on the air at the time,
You're on the air, not in the air on me.
yeah.
I'm substituting.
I could probably be here at 10 o'clock.
Hopefully
Yeah.
not, hopefully won't not necessarily.
You just,
Doesn't come in.
you just better text me, you know,
Well, I could also even happen, so,
Right.
yeah, but I just wanna make sure that it's
You do have
covered,
coverage.
right?
okay,
I'm also
very.
Okay, and Zoe's available too.
Did we already authorize a minimum bid on this?
I thought we talked about it,
about it.
We
but
talked,
I don't know what the amount is, so we have to know what it is.
I put it in your thing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
2,000.
Yeah. Oh, the county's in your paper, in your.
Oh, in the financial
Yep,
package?
it's in the back of the package.
Oh, okay.
in this one that you just handed out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be a full accounting there.
Tax sale update. Oh, okay.
Pre-sale accounting.
2,341.
Okay, so
So
should we pass a motion?
Oh, wait, we have got it, haven't we? Oh, that's it?
Should we pass a motion?
Oh, Robert,
No, just, it might be redundant, but,
yeah, why don't we just do that?
should,
okay,
Sure.
so I.
Yeah, that way,
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I move to authorize a representative of the town to submit a tax sale bid on June 9th for the
January.
How about January 9th?
January 9th, you know, one of those JN things that fall in between. For $2,325.
There you go. I'll second that. I'll bid 3,000. I don't even know what the property is.
is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
I don't want to.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm sorry, who seconded? Oh, Tom, thank you.
Okay. 23, 24, 53. Gotcha. All right,
Thank you, Michelle.
okay, and budget,
Yes.
so we have the budget
Yep.
here.
Okay.
Big stuff.
I meant to vote yes.
So we did pass unanimously, is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
yes.
Okay.
So the vault fees are going up?
Okay, so budget, just, I'll skim over this quickly.
Yeah.
But if you all could really look at it and just let me know your input and.
Oh, of course.
This is my first real go at this,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
So I kind of tried to stay in line
Yep,
with a lot of things. What I knew was increasing, we adjusted, some things were adjusted based on actual, some things. Were adjusted based on what we know is gonna happen.
Mhm.
So I did not budget any grant income, because historically we haven't.
yeah,
I'm not really comfortable doing that anyways,
yeah, but it's just such a question, but
it's really.
forget it.
Salaries, I've increased 5.5% across the board.
That's a lot. How come we did that?
Because highway went up 5.5%, so
It
I'm
did?
staying consistent, yeah.
That was the recommendation for highway.
The problem with that, and this is what's happened before. Is that when we actually do the salary increases. Certain members say, well, this is what we put in the budget, so that's what we're gonna do. Like, wait a minute, it was a guess. Remember that discussion?
Yeah.
So 5.5, that seems high against our historical average. That's high.
Okay,
We're usually around 3%.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
last year was 4-ish.
Yeah, we did the 4.
Middle.
I mean, we usually try to tie it to some economic indicator like the rate of inflation or whatever. Do we not?
COLA.
Huh?
Or COLA.
Something, yeah.
I thought we were-
Living.
I thought we were gonna start doing performance reviews like
We
we
are.
always used to.
We're gonna do performance
And
reviews.
the increases will be based on those. Not on a general principle, so.
Yeah, it's just,
I think we want to budget accordingly, 5.5, if we don't need it, fine.
yeah, that's just, I want to say though, is what's happened in the past. Is when we get to the meeting that we say, oh, we're gonna do salary increases, everyone says, oh, we put in 5%, so that's what's gonna be. And that's not what it should be.
That's not what it,
Well, that's what's happened in the past, I can tell you that right now.
like I said, when I was on the board, it was based on job performance. And
But we need to get-
everybody got the same thing.
voted
on that though.
I haven't had a
No.
job performance review in 7.5 years.
No,
I understand that.
no, we know that, but we're gonna correct that.
Yeah.
But right now, we're busy with the budget and then we'll work on performance reviews. We have to do a few other steps before we get those out.
So what,
Job descriptions is one that we haven't gotten as accurate as they should be.
what's a realistic,
Figure,
exactly,
right? So why did you say 5%? Because that's what the highway crew's gonna get?
Highway had recommended 5.5,
Who recommended that?
Guthrie.
Oh, okay.
So we were just staying consistent, and with benefits actually went down. Because we're not giving as many benefits. We had one employee who left that had benefits. Zoning. So we're not paying as much on benefits. So when I weigh it all,
Well, the
Kind of all
benefits
fits.
overall, we're not
Yes.
paying out, but
Right.
but health insurance is up,
a little bit, yeah.
more than a little,
9.
yeah.
Well, compared to 20.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible.
Yeah.
23,
we're still talking
24,
about quarter million dollars.
Yeah.
right,
It just in the budget.
Yeah.
All right, what,
so,
we gotta put the budget together.
Every line that I did in red is a change. This
Yeah.
will help you guys review it. The black are no changes.
yeah. But
We're not gonna debate this, but.
we're not
Do you think-
passing it tonight, we're looking at it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll.
If we have questions,
We'll
or
talk about
questions,
what the increase
Yeah,
potentially should be.
Right.
It's highlighted.
yeah,
And it is higher and it looks higher, so it wouldn't be as high, it wouldn't look as bad if we weren't paying out that extra $300,000 a year for the new bond. That's budgeted in here.
okay,
So that throws it up
right,
quite a bit. Like if that wasn't in here, it'd look pretty standard year to year to year. Like it's up a little bit, but that 300,000 with the interest. That yanks it way up. So
okay, so we haven't decided whether to do a 20-year bond or a 30-year bond,
I budgeted at 20,
okay.
but I'm gonna revise those numbers a little bit.
And that was, and you're doing the full 5 million or 4.95?
Yeah.
Cause that could drop a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll have to mull that over.
But it, just to highlight for the select board members, it's really important that everybody takes a
Yes.
look at this
Really?
rather, well,
No, it's true.
no, seriously, because I mean.
No, wait, okay, so how many more, okay, we're only gonna have one more
We
meeting,
will only have one more meeting.
right, because this has to be finalized by the 20th,
Right.
right?
So the next meeting.
Yeah,
So yeah, when you look it over, if you have questions, email me, call me.
so what does this add to the tax rate? Have we done that calculation?
I'm still working on that part, but it's gonna go up. I don't have final numbers yet.
Well, 300,000 is
Yes.
10 cents in the tax rate, right there. And 5% of the salary lines, whatever that is, that's 5. Yeah. Okay.
Consideration.
All right,
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. Thank you.
so your budget for 23, that's on the last page. 24, 2,850,000. 25,
2.9.
so this bill, yeah, I see it, this budget's up 400,000.
And it's about up 100 almost every year, but it's going up 400 because of the.
Right, we've gone up like
Yeah.
3 cents on the tax rate. This is a big jump.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
all right,
not gonna make anybody happy.
a little more work. And that's all you have, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.
yeah,
Thank you.
yes. Well, are you gonna attend the next meeting?
Yeah.
Okay,
Of course.
oh, great, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
Holding it
you.
earlier for you.
Thank you, guys. See you later.
Yeah, later. Warrants. You got them right here. And town administrator report, can we do that at the same time?
So for the town garage project, we have the boundary line. What we want to do is remove the boundary line, and there's a permit application in your packet to be signed. Or authorize me to sign. We have a DRB meeting tomorrow, 7 PM, to go over this permit and also the cement pad permit to move the equipment from the Hudson House over to our other town property. And that's also in the packet to be signed. We also have a town garage special meeting this Friday from 1 to 4 PM for the bidders interviews. And
So that looks like there's only gonna be one, because we kind of decided that we were gonna just narrow it down quickly. And,
For one bidder?
no, there's 5 or 6, but, after discussion, we wanted to go with somebody local, and that was affordable, so there's just been, they narrowed it down to one pretty quickly, but we're still gonna have a meeting with that company to define some of our goals.
Okay, so will that still be at one?
Yes. Well, it depends on when that representative from the company.
Have you heard from him? I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything, but I'm coming to the DRB meeting tomorrow evening to meet with architect and a few other people, because there's a few changes to the building. Yeah, so I'm coming around 6, meetings at 7, I think. So there's some changes that we're kind of like trying to work out.
Right.
So we'll discuss that meeting, if it's gonna be at 1 o'clock or not, with the construction management.
Well, if it's
Nobody
been,
else is planning to come to the DRB meeting from the select board, right? Just the two of you then?
I'm not actually gonna be at the meeting, I'm coming at the meeting
I
before.
just want to
I
make
gotta-
sure we don't have to warn a special select board
No,
meeting
no.
if there's 3 of you.
Don't worry, I'll leave if that happens. I don't have to be at the meeting, I'm just coming to meet with the architect
Okay.
and anybody else, Guthrie, et cetera, because we want to make sure that this change that we're talking about is gonna be simple and gonna work out.
so I freed up my day from 1 to 4 so that I could be at that meeting.
Yeah.
I could fill some stuff back in if it's not gonna be that whole time.
It's not gonna be the whole time.
But it would need to start later for me. So if you could find out what time it's gonna start. the sooner
Yeah, I don't know,
What time
right.
it's gonna start,
Yeah,
it'd be helpful. to know.
so basically, we're just trying to find out, we're just emphasizing the fact that certain details of the building really need to be tended to. Personally, I think that the company would do that anyway, but Andy Shapiro felt that, we gotta emphasize this. I'm like,
I think it's
whatever.
important to.
it doesn't matter, the company that we're choosing,
Much work.
it's a waste of time. They do quality work, and it's almost insulting to tell them, gotta do quality work. No, they do quality work. And Mark Blanchard, who was our rep there, he's recommending the company too. So everybody was on board. Yeah, so that's what's happening with the meeting. It's gonna be at the time that that person representing the company can come, and we're hoping for one. So, as much as I know at this point.
Please let us know when you find that out.
Yeah. Well, I'll know more tomorrow,
Right,
because I'm gonna go to the DRB and meet also, so. Okay, all right, so what was, sorry to interrupt you.
that's okay.
Yeah.
So the annual report submissions for everyone is due this week, January 9th. I did a very rough draft of the select board report, which is
Oh,
the
right.
packet.
Yep,
We need to add Tom on the bottom.
Yeah.
But any feedback that you have this week before the 9th, I would say if you could email it to me.
Yeah.
And then I can,
If you wanna, yeah, this is,
Yes.
covered a lot of issues, if you wanna email me the draft in a doc form, then I can take a stab at it.
okay, great.
Okay, here's the warrants. You wanna-
Thank you.
And you were wanting our feedback on whether to have a meeting on Martin Luther King Day, is that right?
Oh,
Oh,
right, so
what
we
day
have
is
two
that?
Which
holidays.
one?
January? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we have the meeting scheduled for.
exactly,
Right.
yeah, and we normally have select board meetings in the evenings on holiday weekends.
Yeah, it's fine with me, but
Yeah, I mean,
it's really,
not on Labor Day weekend, but
yeah,
things like this,
Right.
we have,
but also depends on Jen.
Yeah.
Because it is a holiday.
well, don't we need to have it that day? Is the 27th too late to approve
The
stuff?
27th at 5 PM is the statutory deadline.
Okay,
Yeah, so it's a little too late.
yeah.
Yeah. Unless we have a middle of the day meeting, which I'm not doing. Maybe so.
So are we okay with going ahead with the 20th?
Depends on Jen, Rosie and everybody else because,
I actually will be coming back from a week of vacation that day. To come to your meeting that night, which
Yeah.
is fine, but if
Yeah.
I have flight delays, I'll
Right.
participate by
Well-
Zoom so we can get your minutes done.
oh, right, Yeah.
I'll be in Mexico City,
okay,
but I'll be online.
yeah, we'll zoom in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fairly important meeting because we got a lot of stuff to.
It's a bunch.
Yeah.
A lot,
It's a budget in the morning,
yeah,
so.
yeah,
It's
pretty
critical.
important meeting.
It's critical.
Yeah.
It's more than vanilla. It's chunky monkey.
Sure, sure. Okay, so I guess we'll stick with the 20th.
And let's see, do we already resolve the question about the 17th, February 17th?
My what, you mean the informational meeting?
Yeah,
Yeah,
My understanding was that you folks were okay with
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and that you
yeah,
approved
yeah.
it, so
Yep.
we'll schedule it to happen before your traditional, we'll just
Yeah.
start your informational forum at 6:30,
yeah,
and then you'll adjourn that.
5 o'clock.
You'll adjourn that meeting and then start your regular meeting.
right,
how long, yeah, 5 o'clock is, I thought we were just gonna do this 5 o'clock meeting for a while in
Yeah.
the winter time.
same, it's not winter then, February's not winter.
That's
Isn't
fine, you tell me when.
Yeah.
You wanna go back to 6:30?
When do we go back to 6:30?
What do you wanna do, Carl?
If we have an
Cause I, you know, like I said, it's not all about me, I don't like.
we have an extra long meeting, it
Too
might
much to
be,
do.
it might be good to
Yeah,
have it at 5.
Informational meetings aren't long.
I'd be
It was long last year.
happy
It was
to
late
have it
last year.
go, March 3rd be the final 5 PM meeting,
March 3rd.
yeah,
That's
is that
not,
too late?
That's too late.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
how about February 17th? With
I
the
don't see
informational
where-
meeting,
I think that's what has to happen.
okay,
yeah,
what, 5 o'clock on the 17th? Because it's an informational meeting,
Yeah.
yeah,
right, because that takes,
Started at 5.
yeah,
exactly.
and then start the select board meeting.
No, I'm just gonna ask you something to play devil's advocate.
Oh, good, I like that.
Do you feel that having the meeting right at 5 o'clock will concern constituents relative to their ability
Work
to
schedule,
participate?
Yeah,
that's a good
That's a
question.
good
I think
point.
we should have our select board meeting start at 5,
And then have the.
and then we can have the informational meeting start at 6 or 6:30.
Start
but that-
immediately following the select board meeting.
No, no, no,
No,
no,
we can't really do that. We have to
That's
be
what I said.
uncertain.
and we
Yeah.
recess the select board
Exactly.
meeting at
Why
that
don't you
point.
do it for 6 o'clock? The informational meeting,
Okay.
and then if we haven't completed our select board meeting, we will resume after the.
When we start the select board meeting, 5?
Is that good, Rosie?
That works for me if that's what you want.
Great.
How long is that select board meeting actually gonna
Does
be?
6 o'clock make sense, or does 6:30 make more
6:30
sense?
Makes more sense.
Because people are used to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you wanna do the select board meeting at 5?
Yeah,
Right.
And then the information meeting at 6:30.
Yeah, so there may be.
That's just hard to fill that time exactly.
No, we recess the select
I know,
board
I
meeting.
know,
It's
yeah,
still
we
going.
recess it and do it after.
Yeah.
If needed.
Yeah.
If need more time.
If not, we're twiddling around for half an hour if we can go through the information
Well-
quickly. But that doesn't usually happen anymore because everyone likes to
You
talk.
can get
to
4
them.
people to sign up. I don't understand why 6 o'clock is hard versus 5:30 or versus 6:30. Usually.
I'll be
how do you say-
promoting it.
What?
What do
I'll
you
be
have?
promoting it and putting it out on Front Porch Forum.
What?
It's too late to put it out on signpost already.
Rosie,
Yeah.
what time do you feel is most appropriate to announce?
It doesn't matter to me.
So 6 o'clock.
It really doesn't matter to me. I'm here
We don't have
regardless.
5-hour commutes here. And you're gonna have 8 people. What do you think, Michael?
I think that's a good idea.
6 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's another holiday weekend for
We're
what
gonna
that's
be
worth.
home anyway. Maybe.
we
Okay.
just start the meeting, just, warn it as, when that meeting is, end, the select board meeting can resume if,
6 o'clock.
Yes,
is the
yeah, we
information.
need-
as Carl said, recess the meeting.
Yeah.
6 o'clock information. meeting. Doesn't-
Sure. Never works.
Well, when I think about it, our February meetings tend to be light,
Yeah.
They generally are. We don't
Yeah.
usually have Fensick Coburn Pond coming in.
so.
I do remember that last year it was long. That was my
Why
memory.
are we talking about
Our
this?
information.
If we don't get, our select board meeting is 5,
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
then if we can't.
We just
finish
reset
it,
it.
Great.
we'll do it. Just recess it.
yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Recess the meeting.
Okay.
I've been reading through this whole time, Scott.
I don't know why we keep bringing it up.
Okay, so but to Carl's point, the 5 o'clock time is not very convenient for you and not for me, but we will do it on the 17th. The 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock works for me on Monday.
Oh, it does?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
It doesn't work for me.
Doesn't work for me either.
Okay, we'll.
But we'll get through February.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get through paperwork.
And after that, forget it.
Get the meetings?
And then we
No,
can,
well, if it
Okay.
stays at 5 o'clock, for sure, but I think we can move to 6:30. The days are longer, the light is longer.
sure,
Yeah, sugar makers and farmers have things to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, okay. Sounds good. So we got that ironed out. 5 o'clock is the select board meeting on the 17th, 6 o'clock is the information meeting,
Mhm.
correct? Okay.
Goes back to 6:30 after.
No,
Yes.
don't even say that.
No, we're not gonna deal with
Say
No,
that.
I
We'll
meant,
deal with that
no,
later.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
The
Of course,
meeting-
no,
no.
I know you're trying to say, Zoe,
No,
but that's
no,
okay.
we've already said that. I don't know, why are people objecting to Zoe saying what we
Yeah.
already said?
Got me.
6:30.
So
yeah.
zoning permit application, I gotta sign, I think.
Everybody signed.
Yes, okay. So are we the applicant or landowner? Well,
You're both.
so sign on both lines?
Are there only 2 lines there?
There's 2 lines there. I'll pass it over to you.
Oh, okay. I thought this was the one thinking of the conditional use permit.
Oh, there's even a map.
Landowner and
Okay.
applicant.
This is the zoning permit application I have in my hand.
Okay.
Do we need a motion to authorize the select board member, the select board chair to sign it?
So Jennifer is the applicant.
No,
And are we the landowner? or
you're the
what?
landowner. The select board owns the property.
Okay. So I'll sign.
I move to authorize the select board chair to sign the permit, it doesn't have a permit number, the zoning permit application for the town garage, is that correct?
I'll second that.
Well, pass that down, make sure, I think I just had to sign that, right? It's the landowner. That's what I'm doing here. So the applicant and the landowner are 2 different people. You're the applicant, I'm the landowner.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
The motion should read to authorize the select board chair and the town administrator to sign.
Okay, we have a motion,
Still seconded? Yep.
second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. The ayes have it.
Aye.
Pass this down to the,
Do we need a separate one for the cement block permit?
oh, do we have that?
That's the
Is
one.
that the one here?
Yeah, I have 2.
Oh, no.
Isn't
Oh,
that
that's
the
the
one
one
that's locked? Where's the second one?
There's one right
Oh,
here.
they have it. Okay. Yeah.
That's.
So can we add this to your motion or
Yes, yes, it was. a
is that okay with everyone?
It was a permits.
Okay, so, no, but the other one, the cement blocks is for a cement pad over here for the
Right.
little, the tractor.
Oh,
To clear
okay,
the sidewalk,
okay,
so it's 2 different.
okay,
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 yeah, we have to
thank
have
you
a
for that
permit for that.
clarification, yeah.
I don't know why. Okay, so. Anything else? Mr. Dwayne,
I went on the website,
oh, you did?
yes, and
Congratulations.
I scrolled down, and rather than going to the select board agenda,
Okay,
I went to announcements.
oh,
There was the select board agenda with the attachments.
okay. That is a little confusing.
No,
There's a more simple way as well.
select board agenda, but the other thing was, we gained 18 minutes in the afternoon.
Oh, that's good. I thought it was getting lighter
You
too.
can tell me. it's-
And it was like twisting my arm to come down here at 5 o'clock. It was a little lighter. I'm like, shit, I got something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you for the clarification on the location of the information. Appreciate it.
And Front Porch Forum,
You're the moderator
Okay.
this year?
anything else?
I know.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
What?
We got a vote. I got a second. I made a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, you're adjourning?
Yeah.
You just said.
No further discussion? You don't have to say that for that, what? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.